Hey guys, so we're back here for the fifth day of derivative of the day. What was that? Let's go 0, 5. I've got another derivative for us to do. That being, we have a function that we're deriving, and that's 4 sine x over 2x plus cos x. Okay. Now, as we used yesterday, we're just going to use the quotient rule to solve this because we have this, a quotient, which is just like a division. And that rule is d, so the derivative of fx over g of x. I'm going to try to remember this off the top of my head and then check it just beside me here after. So g x dash x minus, and then I think it's fx g dash x. This part's the easy part to remember. You just got to remember the g of x squared on the bottom. And we check. That's it. Yeah, so how I remember that is just for the first term, you've got it's the derivative of fx, and on the second term, it's just the opposite. So see, on the first term here, we don't derive g of x, but we derive f of x. On the second term that's being subtracted, that subtracts away from the first term, is, we don't derive f of x, but we derive g of x, which is just the opposite. The side that these go on do matter though, since it's subtraction. And then we've got just g of x squared on the bottom. Yeah, so pretty much to take the derivative of this, we need to know our g of x and f of x and the derivative of them. So our f of x is going to be the top. So I'm just going to write up top here. F of x is 4 sine x, and then the derivative of f of x, I think it's still going to be 4, I think. We'll check this in Symbolab after, but then the derivative of sine is cos, I think. We'll check that after too. G of x, that's our g of x is what's down the bottom. Oh, okay. I want it to be blue. And that's 2x plus cos x, and then the derivative of g of x. Well, that's going to equal, I'm going to derive this after because of the power rule. We know that this is just going to become 2 on its own. But the derivative of cos x, I know is negative sine x. You just remember these with practice. Then we add 2 on the end because 2x here. Now that we have all our, we know what our functions are and their derivatives, we can now derive this whole function here and turn it into this. So I'm actually going to change color so this working stands out now. So we have, actually, I want this to be like a black-ish. We have, so dy dx equals, so the first term is g of x here. So g of x is 2x cos x. And then the next term is the derivative of f of x, which is 4 cos x, and then minus, and then f of x, 4 sine x, and then g, the derivative of g of x, which is negative sine, which I'm gonna put in brackets as we're multiplying them. That way the minus doesn't sort of confuse us. And then all that is over g of x. What in the world is that? There we are. Squared. Now we just got to simplify this. This is like a derivative here of the initial function, but we need to simplify it. How we do that is by, how I usually do that is by expanding the brackets. I'm not sure how simplifying isn't exactly my strong point, but I'll do it anyway. So how I think we're going to do this, I think we treat this as one term and do it as so. Because when we simplify, I think we only do the whole FOIL thing and expanding when there's a plus. So I think it's just going to be the same. Yeah. I think this is pretty well simplified already. I'm going to let's check this on Symbolab now and see what they got there. I might be completely wrong with this question today, but we'll figure it out until I get it right. At least then, all you guys also know. Well, actually, I need to open Chrome. Symbolab. You share Chrome, share screen. There we go. Calculus, derivatives, dy dx. So 4 sine x over 2x plus cos x. Whoops. Taking a bit to load this. I think it could be that slash I accidentally put in there. Let me try again. So it's 4 for sine x. Oh. Oh. Three is 2x. There we are. This will go quicker. So they got something very similar to us. So they had just a 4 out the front here. So they must have pulled 4 out in front. Yeah. And just dealt with this separately. Well, if you got that, congratulations. I didn't get quite exactly this. So they have cos x, 2x plus cos x, negative sign. I'll remember that. Share screen. So they brought the 4s out. Oh, okay. So what I think they have here is they just brought the 4s out, and then you need to 4 times a half will equal 2. So what I think we do is 4 a half. If any of you guys have tips on, this isn't like an educational channel on how to like do stuff or anything. It's more so just giving it a crack every single day to learn more. And I'm learning stuff as well. So if you guys have any tips on how I can actually get better at simplifying, just as I try to share any little ideas I have, I really appreciate any sort of feedback from you guys, because I would like to get a lot better at expanding functions. Now, negative sine x plus 2. I don't think pulling the 4 out affects this negative sine x. I'm not sure. Plus a half. Now I feel like I'm coding there with all the brackets. Probably get a syntax error or something for that. And I think this bit down the bottom was all good. So, all right, well, I remember what I got there. So let's move it across. Back again. So they literally left it as it was. Cos x. Yep. What did they do? What I'm thinking is, what did they do here? Wow. Yeah. So what's times by the cos x? 2x plus cos x. So they left it as is. Yeah. So apparently when you bring the 4 out, it doesn't affect these other terms. And then when they brought the 4, oh, excuse me, the 4 sine x just became negative sine x. Yeah, and then this here stayed the same. So this here is wrong. I'm going to delete it. If you want to re-look at my wrong attempt to learn from it a bit more, just pause the video a few seconds back and I'm going to delete it and have another go. All right, so we have, so it's important to finish a question you start. So cos x 2x times by cos x. Ugh, what's happening to my writing? Minus, then we just have sine x times by, we'll just bring the 2 out the front like they did, negative sine x. So we are learned something today. I learned when you bring a number out like 4 and then being like you're multiplying by another term, it doesn't affect those other terms unless I'm not seeing something. More practice will figure that out. Cos x squared, and I'm just going to quickly alt tab across. Oh, of course. This is actually a plus. Whoops. Plus cos x. Didn't do that one. Yeah. All right, so that question's now right. Let me know if you got that right in the comment section straight up. If you didn't, that's all right. That's the whole purpose of this. It's to learn, to get better at this. Every day we're going to be learning something new, hopefully. Otherwise, there's really just no point. Unless you just want to go over the basics again. But yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow, and yeah, have a good day.